In the previous video, you saw how to move around in a workbook with these 8 keys and the Control and Alt keys. Well, by adding one more key to some combinations, you can use those same moves to select cells. And that key is the Shift key. Here's how it works. Use the arrow keys to move to the first cell that you want to select. Then press the Shift and right arrow keys to select cells to the right one at a time. Now if you press the Shift and the left arrow key, you unselect the cells one at a time. With only one cell selected, you can use Shift and the left arrow key to select cells to the left. If you want to turbocharge the selection, add the Control key to the combination. Press Control, Shift, and the right arrow to select to the end of the data on the right. Press Control, Shift, and the left arrow to select to the beginning of the data on the left. It works the same for the up and down arrows. Shift down, Shift up, Control Shift down, Control Shift up. Now watch what happens when you mix the right, left, up and down arrows. Press Shift right or left to select by columns in the range, and then press Shift up or down to extend the selection by rows in the range. To do the same thing with fewer keystrokes, add the Control key. Control Shift right, Control Shift down. To move even faster, simply press Control Shift end. This instantly extends the selection to the lower right corner of the data. Or press Control Shift home to extend the selection to cell A1. To select the entire data range, press Control A. So that's how you make selections when you are working inside a range of data. But there are plenty of key combinations for working with an entire worksheet. For example, you can select a whole row by pressing Shift and the space bar, or a column by pressing Control and the space bar. Another way to turbocharge these shortcuts is to select a row by pressing Shift space bar, then press Shift and the arrow keys. Then you can select more than one row. It works for columns too. Earlier we showed you that Control A, when in a range, will select all the cells in that range. Well, Control A outside the range will select all cells in the worksheet. And here's one more useful key combination. If you hide rows or columns, and then extend a selection across them, the hidden data is also selected. When I copy and paste this selection by pressing Control-C, moving to a new location, and then pressing Control-V, you can see that the hidden data is also copied. But there's a way to select only visible data. Press Alt and the semicolon key. Now when I copy this selection, and then press Control-V, only the visible rows and columns are copied. Those are the basics of selecting cells using key combinations. In the next movie, we'll get into adding, deleting, and hiding cells.